cheeses. Cheeses bless you. Craving mac and cheese is one of those things that only seems to hit you or hit me late at night when it's dark, when it's dirty, and you know you're not supposed to, but you just want some pasta with cheese sauce. Just embrace it. This is a midnight snack after all. I'm going to show you how to make my kimchi mac and cheese. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my cheeses. Jesus Christ! This is Swiss cheese. You just want kind of a melting cheese. Mozzarella would work, or gouda. And then I'm gonna mix it with cheddar, which I've just cubed, but you can grate it as well. You just want something that's really sharp, really flavorful, and nothing kind of ticks that box like cheddar. Into the cheese goes half a tablespoon of cornstarch, and you want to make sure that it's really nicely tossed in. It's covering all the pieces of cheese. And that dusting of cornstarch helps the cheese to melt really nicely. It doesn't separate into protein and oil, and you're gonna get that lovely oozy cheese sauce. The first thing I want to do is cook my pasta. Obviously, you can use normal macaroni, or you could be like me and collect weird pasta shapes. Isn't this so cute? It's a little coil, kind of like a long macaroni. So I'm just gonna cook these until they're super al dente with a really nice bite. The great thing about this recipe is you don't have to make a bechamel sauce, so you don't have to do the thing with the butter and the flour and then cook it till it's thick. It has a really easy custard base. The base of it is evaporated milk. And I know it sounds weird, evaporated milk, why? But apparently evaporated milk contains these proteins that help to emulsify the whole sauce and stops the sauce from separating into that kind of oily gunk. So into the evaporated milk, I'm gonna throw in a bit of kimchi juice from the kimchi, and I'll also crack an egg in, and that helps to thicken the whole sauce so it really clings to each piece of pasta. Whisk it all up. I'm just gonna put a pan on a high heat, then I'll dump a tablespoon of oil, vegetable oil, peanut oil, any kind of oil that is for frying. And I'm just gonna saute the chopped kimchi for a couple minutes. And what this does is it helps to kind of evaporate the liquid from the kimchi and kind of concentrates that kimchi flavor. Once the pasta is drained, it goes into the same pan, and it doesn't matter if there are some crusty bits of kimchi. In fact, that makes it better. Put that in, and then I'm gonna put a big knob of butter in, kind of around 65 grams. And most of the kimchi goes back in as well. And just stir that until all the butter has melted. And we want to put this on a really low heat. I'm going to pour in that custard that we made earlier with the evaporated milk and the egg and the kimchi juice. And that goes in. And finally, all this cheese. And now we just keep this on a low heat while stirring the whole time, and it's gonna thicken up, it's gonna turn glossy and super cheesy and just so good. I'm gonna stir in the remaining kimchi, and I just love how the redness of the kimchi tinges that creamy yellow of the cheese and the sauce, and it makes this beautiful, corally, pink, cheesy mac and cheese. And that's it, it's done. So now I'm gonna pile this into a bowl. And I've got a little bit of kimchi left, so that goes on top. And you could definitely garnish this with some chopped spring onions if you want something a little fresher. But for me, a midnight snack has got to mean that the garnish is fried shallots. Really crispy, really oniony, really good. And now, if you don't mind, it's time for a late night rendezvous between me and my kimchi mac and cheese.